Hello everyone, and welcome to another Throne and Liberty video. My name's Brian if you happen to be new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming in and checking out today's video. This video is going to be going over a post over at throneandliberty.online talking about rumored, some kind of speculation, a little hopium perhaps, of an upcoming technical test or an upcoming beta that seems to be moving forward with within the global version. Now, there's a lot to discuss. Obviously, there has been just an absolute radio silence for both Throne and Liberty and Blue Protocol. In fact, the next video that I want to work on for you guys is going to be around MMO Byte, who is talking about how both these games are struggling in their respective regions. And if you guys have seen any of my content for a while, you'll know that at the end of the day, like, the biggest rule when it comes to games as a service is just don't stop making it. Like, if you continue to improve the game, you tend to see a pretty invested community, but not necessarily are you going to ever maintain any kind of level of hype. But that's me preaching to the choir, because you're already probably well aware of that. But if you aren't, I'm always happy to discuss with you guys. So let's go ahead and dive into the post itself. I'll include a link in the description, and then we'll discuss kind of just overall thoughts, what we could kind of expect over this course of 2024. For the first and foremost, this is coming from SteamDB. There was a change detected in the technical application test that they had released previously in September of 2023. So that was when it hit the database. They have last recorded an update as of the 28th. That is just, what is this? That's today. As of this recording, we have seen an update. We don't know if this technically means, and even the article goes on to say, this could be a nothing burger. So we'll just have to continue to hope, or continue to huff on the copium and the hopium. But I think essentially when we start to think about just this structure alone, like if we just break down a couple of thoughts here, first and foremost, in March, and I'm going to focus in on March a lot because we have PAX East. That is a really good public touch point for any kind of news coming out of the game and etc. That touch point alone, I think, gives us a good outlook to the rest of this year. The moving pieces are, and the thing that I just honestly am both terrified of, but also the curiosity in me would be like, what kind of impact would that have? Is if they do decide to release Blue Protocol and Throne and Liberty close to one another. And that is to say, my current speculation on the Blue Protocol release is they're going to target the 1-year anniversary for it launched in Japan, which would be June, mid-June, as a good kind of metric. Now, people think this might conflict with Final Fantasy XIV's upcoming Dawn Trail expansion. We don't know. They haven't announced a release date for that either, and I'm still thinking they're going to hit July for Dawn Trail. Time will tell. Anyhow, back into the Throne and Liberty aspect, Blue Protocol was originally, they were trying to target 6 months from the release of the game. Having it launch obviously 1 year later means that's going to be kind of I wonder if there's going to maintain a 1-year lag. They have not committed to that same thing. Originally, they were trying to commit to parity and day and date launch with the Korean version of Throne and Liberty, but that ship has clearly sailed and the game launched in December. So if we are starting to think about a 6-month kind of trail on Throne and Liberty, then you'd be looking at sometime in the June timeframe, which would put both Blue Protocol and Throne and Liberty right at odds with one another. So it's going to be really interesting to see what that level of impact would have. Now, you might not be interested in one or the other, and that's completely reasonable. For me, this is something I think truly interesting to see, because I am interested in both games. In fact, I have a dedicated Blue Protocol channel just for that game, and we're all just wondering and waiting. And it's obvious, like, I think that's where when I'm looking forward to actually sitting down and watching MMO Byte's video, but when it all comes and when it's all said and done, yeah, I think that what we see is natural, and it's unfortunate that content creators take this opportunity to make it, or at least, it's from a title and a thumbnail perspective, gives, I guess Asmongold the ability to react and generate even more views. It's all a part of this weird world and game that we live in today. Anyway, now I would start to speculate that I think, and still am thinking, that Blue Protocol is actually going to be the first out of the gate because it's had, more time in the cooker. But I think that announcement is obviously going to be coming here this March. I do wonder if what we'll be seeing with Throne of Liberty, and if we'll be seeing anything soon with Blue Protocol, is if we're going to see some kind of beta test or whatnot. Obviously that will be very exciting because a lot of us are just like kind of in this holding pattern waiting. And the other thing we have is the New World controller update. The New World March update is happening, and I think essentially I wonder if like they're gonna get that out of the gate, and then they're going to start talking about these other games, just so that New World has had its big Season 5 update. They put the marketing campaign behind that. You shift into a week later, and now you're in PAX East, and we're talking about Blue Protocol, Throne of Liberty. And that, in my mind, if that ends up being the case, and they do want to give them kind of some kind of breath, you could see Blue Protocol perhaps launching at the start of the summer, June. And you could see Throne of Liberty kind of launching at the end of the summer, just to give them, some time and let people kind of go and play and overconsume one and decide if they wanted to check in on that game in the future or not. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, spending some time with me today. I really just wish you guys all the best. I feel like I have nothing to end on. Thanks guys for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll see you next time. But until then, take care.